I didn't know that.
I don't know why, but actually, this was one of the most difficult things for us to do.
Is there anything that make you annoyed in Japan?
Sometimes it's annoying that
Firstly, where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia,
And how long have you been in Japan?
7 years.
7 years.
Came to study bachelor, but eventually in Japan you have to study Japanese language. So I studied Japanese for 2 years and then I went to Tokai University in Kanagawa.
What do you study?
I'm studying nuclear engineering,
Oh.
specialized in nuclear security.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the main topic.
Yeah,
So today the topic is about your life experiences in Japan. Is it easy to live in Japan and why?
Well, if you will compare that to Saudi Arabia, living in Japan was difficult for me because I'm a Muslim. We are not allowed to drink alcohol and we are not allowed to eat pork. So coming to Japan, facing that almost every restaurant uses pork, uses alcohol in general, makes it very difficult for me to live in Japan. Comparing to Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
we don't take care of what's the ingredient of the food. We just eat. In Japan, you have to make sure 1, twice, 3 times before you eat, so you don't eat something you shouldn't.
Have you noticed you ate pork
Yeah, a lot.
a lot?
A lot. Last one was a week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah, in a restaurant called Yakiniku King. We used to eat with soy sauce. In Japanese, it's called amadare. I asked the staff there, does it contain alcohol? They said not, it does not. But 5 minutes later, the head of the staff came back and told me, but it contains mirin.
Okay.
And I've been eating at that restaurant like for maybe 4 years since I moved there
Okay.
near to my university.
So
So
you realized that recently.
yeah,
Yeah, really difficult to
Yeah.
like not having alcohol and pork.
yeah,
Because
it
you know,
is.
even though the ramen they have pork
Yeah,
inside.
we almost became vegetarians actually. We started to feel like relieved when we see vegan. So
Okay.
we almost sure that it does not contain anything that we cannot eat. Yeah.
お疲れ様です。
Yes.
So next question is things that make difficult to do.
There are some restrictions on, for example, renting a house. Yeah, some agencies, they do not rent to foreigners. Maybe 1 year ago, I was planning to move with my friend, but when we emailed the agency,
Okay.
they told us, we can take you to see the house, but we cannot introduce this house for foreigners. I don't know why, but actually, this was one of the most difficult things for us to do.
So living in Japan, have you ever felt something annoying?
If you know that election, when someone in the car and have a speaker and so, select
political
me.
man.
Yeah, they just select me and so on. So sometimes you're sleeping. I'm a foreigner. I'm not going to elect anyone there. I'm not interested at all.
Yeah.
So don't bother me, please. Yeah, just
Volume down.
yeah, direct it to the people who are interested.
And is there anything that compared to your country, something is better than your country?
Yeah, a lot. For example, in Saudi Arabia, until now, they started the infrastructure for trains and public transportation, although it's not ready yet. So, if you are living in Saudi Arabia, you must have a car. I've been living in Tokyo for 2 years. I didn't need a car at all.
Yeah.
Everything is near: gym, restaurant, supermarket, maybe 5 minutes walking from my home. When I want to go anywhere, I just step to the train, which has a reasonable cost. It's not that expensive, it's not that cheap, it's fair price. So it's a great thing. I hope Saudi adopt this model, this great model there.
And in the end, how much do you rate living in Japan? If you can give us 10 points, how many points can you give us?
As a Saudi student, Muslim, 6.
6 points.
Yeah. I hope in the near future, Japan develop these 3 points. Halal food, that does not contain pork and alcohol. I wish they accept more foreigners' culture, because sometimes Japanese just, when I tell Japanese I don't drink alcohol, they say, "Mendokusei ne." I'm not boring.
It's cultural thing.
Yeah, just accept me as I am. And finally, I hope they just be easier to deal with, less procedures,
things,
although it's a great thing that what keeps Japan like well organized, but for people do not have a good knowledge about living in Japan, they will find it very hard. Yeah. So 6 out of 10. I hope if we met like 2 or 3 years ago, it will go up to 9, let's say.
Thank you for your time today. Firstly, where are you from?
I'm from the US,
US. How long have you been in Japan?
a year and a half.
A year and a half. What do you do in Japan?
I work for my military.
Oh, Gunjin-san. What did you do before you come to Japan?
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I was in Korea before
in
this.
Korea.
Mm.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So let's move on to the main topic. The topic of today is about what's it like living in Japan. Has your life changed before you come to Japan and after you come?
A little bit. I would say maybe convenience are easy to get food. So
Convenience store.
yeah. I love going to the convenience store, grabbing something real quick. And
You use convenience store a lot more
Yes.
than comparing in your country.
Yes.
Awesome. So next question is there anything that you feel difficult to do in Japan?
I would say throwing out some trash maybe is difficult. If I have a large object at my house I want to throw away, I have to schedule like a pickup to come and get it. So it's a little different operation than I'm used to.
Especially if it's like a huge television or bed, maybe it takes a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So next question is the opposite question. What is easier to do in Japan compared in your country?
I would say traveling.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Why traveling?
So I would say like in the bigger cities, you guys have subway and the train, so it's quite easy to just get on a train and go somewhere. And then if you want to drive, maybe traffic is a little heavy. So I would say like just jumping on a Shinkansen 2.5 hours away is what, Osaka maybe from here. So that's I think to me that is something easy to do.
Okay, so even you don't have a car, you can just go wherever you want by
Yeah.
public transport, right?
Yeah, in the larger cities. Also, paying utilities, so gas, electric, you can do at the convenience store.
Yep.
Not where I'm from. It's you have to pay the company directly, maybe.
Ah, so how do you pay? Through the bank transfer? Or?
Sometimes online or
Online.
I was at Ito Yokado the other day, and the cashier asked me, "Do you want to split my bill? Pay now and then pay half later." I was like, "Oh, so you can, if you spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
you can pay half and then
Another
half
half.
later."
I didn't know that. Yep. So in the end, I would like you to rate your life in Japan. Like if you can give us maximum 10 points, how many points that you can give us?
For me, it's probably 9.
9. That's pretty
Yeah, it's high, but I don't think I'm a normal foreigner. I live with my military, so a lot of things I do, it's easier. It's like I get housing easy off base, but I know a lot of foreigners deal with a lot of issues trying to get a place.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia.
Indonesia. How long have you been in Japan?
I've been in Japan for 4 years.
4 years. That's a kind of long. So, what do you do in Japan?
Right now I'm working as a recruiter.
Recruiter.
Yeah.
So you introduce jobs to Japanese people and people from other countries?
Yes, correct. Not only Japanese, also foreigners.
Also foreigners. Let's move on to the main topic. So today the topic is about what's it like living in Japan. First question is, has your lifestyle changed before coming to Japan and after?
Yeah, it's quite changed a lot, I think, because I'm from Indonesia, and for some people who know the characteristics of Indonesian, some people are late, to be honest.
Late.
Yeah, but in Japan, I feel like most of the people here I met, they are so on time. 10 minutes before.
Oh yeah.
That's like the proper time to come for an appointment. But it makes me feel comfortable, honestly, because I personally a person who likes to be on time.
Yep. So next question is things that make difficult to do in Japan.
Actually, it is difficult to find a place that is fully halal, I think. Do you know halal? Halal is something means like a Muslim can eat it without pork or without
Alcohol.
and stuff. There are few places, but even if they don't provide alcohol or pork in it, actually the chicken is not halal, for example.
So that is the thing that you feel difficult to do in Japan.
That is the thing that I feel difficult, and also I shared it with my friends and I understand them. Yeah.
Is there anything that make you annoyed in Japan?
Sometimes it's annoying that you should separate your trash.
Ah,
Sometimes I feel like it's annoying because if I make a bit of mistakes, sometimes I get notifications, letter.
no.
Sometimes I'm confused because in different places, some of them thinks that plastic is inside the burnables.
Oh, yeah.
Some places thinks plastic is with plastic, different. So I'm confused.
we were talked about the difficulties of living in Japan. What about the opposite side? Is there any easy thing that you feel to do in Japan?
I feel like it should be easier to live in Japan. You just need to adapt. It takes time, right? Because everything is so organized here, and just like, for example, the trash, about the trash, actually it is for our goods, right? To separate the trash, it's good for environment and so on. Because everything is organized already, you don't have to worry that some people will betray the rules, like not obeying the rules. It's safe. Everyone knows what they should be doing, so you will have less anxiety, I feel. Yeah, it's safe here.
Yeah. So in the end, I would like you to rate your living in Japan. If you can give us maximum 10 points about living in Japan,
Yeah.
how many points that you can give us?
For me, it's 9 out of 10 because it's so comfortable. Everywhere you go, it's safe. Everywhere you go, people can help you. And I like the parks. Yeah.
Park, welcome.
Yeah. I like the public facilities here. So clean. So, yeah.
Clean and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.